Duets, a division of Full Cast Audio, presents A Blaze of Glory, written by Bruce Coville and read for you by Bruce Coville and Caroline Fitzgerald. A Blaze of Glory. It was a house full of white bread and death. Silence grew beneath the chairs like balls of dust. Nothing was out of order. Nothing seemed to breathe. In the center of it sat an old woman, waiting to die. That she had been full of life at one time I well knew, for she was my grandmother, and I had seen her eyes flash with a fire that seemed stolen from the stars, heard her laugh in the night with a clear joy that easily banished my terror when I was upstairs, lonely and moon-frightened. Now that was gone. The fire and the clarity drowned in the muddy depths of an unyielding old age that, glacier-like, had crept across her and locked her in a grip of ice. Loss lay like dust in every room of the house. Loss of husband, loss of friends, loss of strength, of sharpness of sight, keenness of ear, delicacy of touch. Loss, most of all, of memories, the most recent going first, so that if I entered the house and greeted her, then went to the kitchen to make her some tea, she would cry out in surprise when I re-entered the room 5 minutes later. If I reminded her that she had said hello to me minutes earlier, she would shake her head, moaning that she was worthless. Even that was not as painful as when she asked where my grandfather was, and I would have to remind her that he had died 3 years earlier. She could only remember him alive, and only knew he was dead when it was brought to her attention. Every day, sometimes more than once a day, she learned again that the man she had lived with for over 50 years was gone, endlessly repeating that horrible first moment of discovery. Her memories peeled away like layers of an onion, each layer with the power to bring tears to the eye. I found myself growing younger in her eyes, as she remembered me not as her youngest and most disgraceful grandchild, the high school dropout with no prospects, but as the little boy I used to be. I wondered if her failing mind would finally carry her to a time before I was born, and if so, if she would then forget who I was, and no longer recognize me when I came to visit. This had been going on for some months, before I began to suspect that as she lost memories, she might not be simply moving away from the present, but might indeed be moving toward something else, something long lost that she wanted to regain.
"I can almost see it, Tommy,"
she moaned once, holding my hand, her eyes squeezed shut, something like tears but thicker oozing from their corners.
"What was it? What was it?"
But the memory, and then the thought, eluded her. By the next week, she was confined to her bed. Being the only one in the family without a job, I began to visit daily to care for her. It was during this time that she began to hint at her secret.
"Did you ever see them?"
she asked one afternoon while I was sitting beside her bed working a crossword puzzle. "See who, Grandma?"
"The fair ones,"
she replied impatiently, as if I were a stupid child not paying attention to something obvious. "I don't think so," I said cautiously. She sighed, then whispered,
"Of course not."
After a moment, she added,
"I wish you had."
"What are you talking about, Gran?" I asked, totally mystified. She closed her eyes. Her face relaxed, and for a moment I thought she had fallen asleep. But when she spoke, I realized that she was seeing something in her mind.
"Elves,"
she said.
"I'm talking about the elves."
"I wish I had seen them," I answered with some conviction. I had the terrible feeling that she was finally losing her mind. Even so, it was a fact that I had wanted to meet an elf from the first time I had read about them.
"I helped them once, you know,"
she continued.
"At least I think I did. Do you think I helped them?"
"Of course," I said, squeezing
Sample complete. Ready to continue?